Leo can be used with VS Code on the web. This way of using Leo allows you to interact directly with your online repository content, as opposed to the local files on your computer for which the regular desktop version of VS Code would be used. You can interact with new repositories or existing projects. Just make sure it has at least one commit, and press the dot key on your keyboard to switch into VS Code directly from GitHub. From there, it's just a matter of making sure the LeoJS extension is installed. You may also have to click OK for clipboard and repository access permissions, and that's it. Might as well install material theme icons, along with GitLens and any other of your favorite extensions. With LeoJS installed, I'll now create and save a new Leo document. I'll also create an @clean node, pointing to the README file. I'll then refresh it from disk and modify it from Leo. After saving it, I can then see it was written to disk. I can even use the markdown preview command in VS Code to see its rendered markdown content. Of course, I can also modify that file directly, and LeoJS will detect that external file change and will reload that node's content accordingly. Here, from an existing project, I select the branch I want to work on, and again I press the dot on my keyboard. I'll use the pull request extension to start working on a feature branch, modify it, and if I want to actually commit those changes to the repository, I use the same method I would on the desktop version of VS Code. I might even create a pull request for the commit I just made. When scripting in LeoJS, you can either use JavaScript or TypeScript. Here's an example of using the VS Code API from Leo's g.vscode instance. This script asks the user to enter text in an input box and prints it out in a message dialog. It also demonstrates how to make an HTTP call to an online API, and it displays the data it got in the log pane. This other script shows how to create a web view with common elements and interactive controls. It even loads its content from files in the workspace. Below are even more examples of common use cases. They are available in this GitHub repository. Each of those scripts creates a UI element, and the script below each of them shows how to interact with them. Other extensions can access Leo's global G-object instance. Just make sure to first include LeoJS in the extension dependencies part of the package.json file. In this sample extension, I access LeoJS current active commander and display the headline of its selected node. Only the core commands are exposed in VS Code's command palette, while the whole range of Leo's commands is available in Leo's own command palette, called the minibuffer, accessible via alternate X. LeoJS has the same setting system as the original Leo. The options can be changed in the same way. Here, I'll change the GNX kind and reload the settings. The GNX is now generated from a UUID. As its JavaScript implementation, LeoJS can do almost anything the original Leo does. It can access the clipboard to copy and paste from it. It can read and write both XML and JSON Leo files, along with leo.db files. UNL links, along with most of Leo's default plugins, are also implemented. Many of VS Code's features and extensions can replace the original Leo's plugins, such as for previewing Markdown, SVG images, and many other file formats. Thanks for watching.